very much. This is 102 Dalmatians, all puppies to the rescue, and I also have a fellow runner of the game with me to do commentary. Passere, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yep, hello, I'm Passere, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the game when Tali can't. There was
a bit more, but yeah.
There was a bid war for this one.
Yes. So, Kung Fu, maybe you want to fill us in on what category are we doing?
Of course. So it has been pretty heavily sided toward all puppies for this.
I expected as most. Chat definitely want to save the puppies. Alright,
yes.
And we had a second one as well for which puppy do we play as?
Correct.
So we have a winner for that one too?
The winner for that is going to be Oddball.
Alright. Then I'm just going to get in the game. The timer starts when I actually get control of my puppy. So I'll call that out for tech when we get there. A couple cutscenes and stuff to mash through first. And then we can dive into the actual explanation. So I'll make sure to switch right away. You can switch at any point in this game between the puppies, but I figured to make it a bit more exciting and it's a bit of a special case. We're raising money for charity. It's a marathon. So alright, Oddball, and timer starts in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, we're gonna do all puppies. We're gonna save all the puppies in this game. And if you're wondering, yes, this is a licensed game. It is kind of based on the movie with the same name. And the reason I say kind of is that you may have seen the movie, you may remember the plot points, Cruella being reformed, and the Big Ben kind of making sure she's not as reformed anymore. None of that is happening in this game. In this game, Cruella is trying to start up her own toy factory with realistic toys or something, but then the toys don't really sell too well. So she's like, I need to come up with a different plan. You know what has totally worked for me before? Puppies. So she's gotten together with some scientist dude to make super goop. And this super goop is supposedly gonna cover the puppies to make like a new line of realistic toys. It doesn't make sense, but anyways, that's the story. That's what we're dealing with. So you can see all the toys spread around the levels. Those are her original line of toys that weren't very successful, so.
And you can kind of see why they might not have been very successful.
I do still think they would be better than puppies covered in super goop, though. But hey, it's okay, because you all donated towards saving all the puppies, so none of them have to be worried about any toy fates in their future.
In the all levels category, you actually don't have to save any puppies at all. You don't have to save any puppies to beat the game.
Way to go!
Yeah, and the downside as well, if you do want to go as fast as possible with saving the puppies, as you may have noticed, I've saved 7 of them so far, and all of them have an unskippable cutscene. So, if you're wondering why this category is so much longer, it's a bunch of unskippable cutscenes, and a little bit of extra routing as well, because we sometimes have to go a little bit out of our way to make sure we get all of them. But hey, it'll be worth it, they're all super cute. And this puppy right here, if I remember the voice lines correctly, this is you, Chad. So, let's see.
You're a super puppy!
Yep, that's the one. You're a super puppy. You're all super puppies. Anyway, main movement tech we are using in this, you may have seen me roll quite a lot, and that is the fastest way of moving. Second fastest one is jumping, so what you will see me doing a lot is that I will jump up essentially, which is that I hold down the roll button. It doesn't last forever, so when the jump roll expires, it will usually just walk, but if I put in a jump buffer instead, it will jump. And jumping is the second fastest movement, so we will essentially just switch between rolling and jumping, and that's the main movement in this game.
This poor puppy must be so dizzy.
Oh yeah, and especially with this too. We're essentially a pinball right now. But it's fine, we're just unlocking a secret area to get the puppy in here, because no puppies left behind, this is all puppies. So, and I'm also going to make sure, once I get out of this place, there is going to be a extra life that I'm going to pick up as well, because not really relevant right now, but in a few levels time I will be needing to do a couple of death dwarfs, so. And just general marathon safety as well, it's handy to have some health. Oops, and I missed it. Alright, great. We're not grabbing that up, I guess. No
okay.
marathon safety for us, it's fine.
There's another life we can pick up in Lumber Mill too, so lots of lives.
Yeah, exactly. And I usually grab one in, is it called underground? Yeah, underground. There's one there too. So we should be fine.
You're the greatest.
But yeah, essentially this game is, I can't remember the total amount of levels all of a sudden, but it's 4 levels and a boss fight, 4 levels and a boss fight, 4 levels and a boss fight, and then 4 levels and a boss fight.
Yep,
So
20
it's pretty
total.
predictable. And in all of the regular levels, they will have a few different setups. Some of them will be like a collectathon, some of them you can just run straight to the end. But all of them, one thing they all have in common is that you need to get 6 puppies. Or there's 6 puppies in all of them, and since we are doing all puppies, we will need to grab all of them. And then there's boss fights in between as well, which we luckily don't need to worry about collecting anything. We just need to deal with Cruella as fast as possible. Because yes, all the boss fights are Cruella. Not very creative, I guess.
There's 6 puppies in all of them, but because there's 16 levels that have puppies, that means there's only 96 puppies that we rescue.
Yeah, so if you're doing the math, you'll be like, hey, 102 Dalmatians, where are the rest of the puppies? Because yeah, there's 96 puppies that we saved. There's the 2 puppies you can play as, so that's 98. And then we have our 2 parents as well, which technically aren't puppies, but you know, they're still Dalmatians, so that's 100. But this game is 102 Dalmatians, so we're actually missing 2 puppies. I don't know where they are, I'm sorry, but we'll save the other ones. And we have a bit of a puzzle as well to grab them. This is why it takes a bit longer. All levels we could have just run straight past it, but we're not leaving this poor puppy to become a toy, so we're grabbing him and going.
What I learned recently is actually this game was probably originally made to be 101 Dalmatians, because there's a demo disc out there that uses the names for the original 101 Dalmatians characters in the voice lines.
I didn't know that. That is kind of cool.
But there's still not 101 Dalmatians in the game either. They still
Yeah,
got the number
still
wrong.
be missing 1 puppy. I wonder who you would play as in that case, because Oddball specifically is from 102. She's not in 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, from what I can tell, they changed it somewhere between when they like made all the voice lines and when they actually like finished the game, because the voice lines are all wrong, but it still is Oddball's. Like, Oddball is very unique because she has no spots. It's still Oddball that you're playing as in the demo, but they didn't change any of the voice lines to actually have the right character names.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for a new fact. I learned something new today. Also, this is, when I'm doing all levels, this is probably my most dreaded level, apart from Toy Factory, which has a soft lock potential, but thankfully, in all puppies, it's not quite as bad. We have some, less tricky jumps, as I managed to miss one of them. Those should be super easy, but hey, here we go. But yeah, it's because of the nature of the level. I mean, as you can probably guess, Big Ben, we're climbing up. There's a lot of climbing up, and if you fall, you can potentially fall a long while. Fall in the wrong place, so
I hated this level as a kid.
Oh yeah, same. So in all puppies, it's not quite as bad, I feel like, but in all levels, this is definitely one of my run killers. But it can be kind of bad here too. We have a couple of falls that we need to take willingly as well, like one up here. And normally as well, since we do have 2 puppies to pick from, you would usually see most runners switch to Oddball right here and play Domino up to this point. And that is because Oddball is actually faster than Domino. And no, it's not because she moves different or anything like that. They have the exact same movement and the exact same hitbox and everything. What does change or between the 2 is their voice lines. And specifically in, I think it's Cruella 2, there's an unskippable cutscene where Oddball's voice line is shorter than Domino's. So that's why you usually want to play Oddball for going as fast as possible. But we usually don't stop to switch puppy, so we usually just try to find a point in the run to switch.
You all picked the fastest puppy and you didn't even notice.
Yeah, exactly. I also find it really interesting that a Dalmatian run where we pick the puppy that doesn't have spots.
Doesn't have any spots. She's a
so
Dalmatian.
if anyone's coming in, she is still a Dalmatian, she just doesn't have any spots. She doesn't even get them in the game. I know in the movie there's like this whole scene all the way at the end where like, oh, she got her first spot! But we don't have that in this game, unfortunately. She's entirely spotless.
Keep up the good work.
But yeah, this room is one of the scary rooms because as you can see, we're going quite far up. And if you fall, you're gonna fall quite far, so it can be potentially very terrifying.
Oh yeah.
When I get my
So there's also an out of bounds we could potentially do here, but it's tied heavily to an enemy, and those are really tricky to do, and I'm not even that good at it to begin with, so for marathon safety, I'm just not gonna go for it. But if you are watching an all puppies run that is optimal, you may see someone doing out of bounds instead of continuing the level like I'm doing right now. Because there's still more platforming that can be skipped with the out of bounds. But yeah, nah, I'm playing it safe. We'll have more out of bounds to show you later instead. And these gears are also really scary because they're so slippery.
Yeah, they really made this room torture for especially playing it as a kid.
Yep.
Everything moves.
I'm going.
If you fall, you have to start all the way over.
And that chopper scares me as well, because if you do get hit and take damage in this game, you kind of lose the ability to jump for like a few seconds, and you can potentially even face through things. So it just slows you down in not nice ways if you get hit. But here we have our first boss fight, so now we're gonna fight Cruella. And what better way to fight Cruella than with fruit? She's gonna shoot tomatoes at us, we're gonna shoot pineapples right back at her. In addition to that, we have this bell. Because I guess that kind of carries over from the movie, where, you know, the bell from Big Ben is making her freak out, but instead it's making her chopper freak out. For reasons, I don't know. But we got her stun locked, and, you know, we're just firing pineapples
helicopters
at her.
not work.
Exactly.
That would actually be a
also
really dangerous function of Big Ben.
Oh, it would. It really would. And chat, I was watching the cat cast run before. You guys had so many good cat puns. Can we get some dog puns in for this game? I want to hear some dog puns. And with that, maybe you have some already, Kung Fu?
Dog puns? Not yet. I have donations, but not
Alright.
dog puns.
You want to read a couple?
Sure, I can absolutely do that. We have, I mean, if we do want to reference the cat puns, we do have $25 from Eliza, who just did her run. He says, for my 3 deaths plus a couple tickets to a $5 train, hopefully Kung Fu can stop reading cat puns. Meow. Less than 3. Thanks, Eliza. And then we also have a $50 donation from Jellybean the Cat, who says, I'm Jellybean the Cat's sister, and we're all snuggled up watching. Go save those puppies.
That's what I love to hear.
Mm-hmm. We also have a $25 donation from La Kid, who says, all the pups.
Exactly, all the pups, except the 2 that are missing that we don't know where are, but hey.
Right.
Alright, so to explain what's going on, if you're watching this you might be very confused, but this is the Royal Museum, and essentially what's going on here is that a lot of the exhibits, they have been moved. We don't know why, but they have. So Fluffy, this little dude right here, is the curator. He's asking us to go put all the things in place. I'm gonna try the first OOB of the run right here. I can do it. Alright, yeah, so I get him to hit me, push me into the wall, jump, and now we're upstairs. So, that's the kind of cool tricks you wouldn't see if you sent money to all levels, but because we get all puppies, you get to see cool stuff like that. In addition to all the cute puppies. Yeah, we have a bunch of running around, finding the, misplaced exhibits. And then giving them back to Fluffy so you can put them in their spot.
Nice job.
I think this is the second last one? Right. And I also tried to do a thing that we haven't really mentioned movement-wise is slope boosting. That is also kind of huge. There will be a bunch of slopes in the game, and if I use my movement right, I can get a little boost. Which can be very useful. It can really make or break if you're going for a record run. Alright, last little thing to grab is a donut. You might be wondering, hey, wait, thought we were grabbing museum exhibits. What kind of exhibit has a donut? They don't, but apparently Fluffy gets hungry from watching his work, so he wanted a donut.
He won't let us out
gave
until
him
we bring him a
donuts.
snack.
Exactly. You really do get hungry from watching other people work. That's how it is. I get it.
All right.
But yeah, that's the Royal Museum. And what's essentially going on right now in the game story is that we started out in London, and we're making our way out of London, so, because apparently you can go through the Royal Museum and get to the Underground in London, in case you ever wanted to leave the city. Because I guess we're making our way towards Quella's house?
And that was a nice slow boost right there, too.
Yeah. I just didn't want to go straight for the train because that can be really dicey if I get stuck in
I'll see you later.
the electric thing, so I try to play it somewhat
Yes.
safe.
This game has some kind of scary enemies for a kid's game, like the third rail shocks you if you touch it.
Give Greta a bite for me.
And there's also some really rough enemies. This is the level I am most afraid of dying in because it can happen so easily. These boat enemies that you see coming up, they are so hard to dodge. I actually got it really good there.
Yeah,
I usually
that was
never
nice.
get it that good. Oh, and I missed a key. Great, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take out a few more of them, but they're always so scary. They can easily kill me if I'm not careful. Oops. So, always gotta play it safe when I get to those. Especially now that we're at a marathon.
Yeah. That's what the extra lives are for.
Super puppy.
Exactly. So, I am gonna grab one of those later in the level as well. Oh, come on. There. Sometimes the jumps can be a bit wonky. If you jump and hold forward, you can sometimes get stuck under, like, the weirdest obstacles. Here are the other two boats that we need to take out, because we do need to take out these toys to get the path to continue lowered. And there you go. There you can see what happens so easily with these boats.
Oh, nice.
Alright, only one. That's not too bad. And then we also need to take out this teddy bear. They can be dicey. Most of the time they'll play nice though, so... Not too worried unless I'm low on
I know
health.
you'd rescue me.
So, right through this room. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna get that health and continue. So close out of our way, so don't lose a whole lot of time to get it, and it's just safer to have it. We're gonna death warp, I think, 3 times throughout the run. And as you can see by my lives, yeah, it's gonna come in handy.
You're the
Because
greatest.
we don't want a game over. That is not fast. Alright, so we have one more puppy to get before we go. Alright, now my health is actually really low, so I need to be careful. I hope I don't game over. Oh,
Okay. One more.
hitboxes can be so rough. Alright, one more, and just don't hit me and you're fine.
No!
Alright, this is why this level is so scary if you don't have enough health. But luckily we got a checkpoint here, so we don't need to go all the way back to the start of the level. But that's still
Beautiful.
a time loss. But we did manage to take him out as he took us out, so the puppy's already there for us. I guess we
Skipped a
totally
cutscene.
saved time not watching the cutscene, yeah.
It was
It's
actually
fine.
a speed strat, okay.
Exactly. But hey, we're out of the underground. It is all fine. And now we're going into the carnival. This is a really interesting level because I remember loving this level as a kid. So when I started running this game, I was playing all levels. And it made me really sad because this is one of the levels you don't need to do anything in. You can just run directly to the end of the carnival and there's the exit. But thankfully, we're doing all puppies, so we actually need to, you know, have fun at the carnival to find all our puppy friends. So you actually get to see a little bit of the level, which is really nice. It's a very nifty level. Takes me back to my childhood.
I had no idea that you could just roll right to the end as a kid. Like, it didn't even cross my mind, like, oh, maybe I could just leave right now. Like, no, I have to save the puppies, I have to see these things around, play some of the
You have
games.
to get the bones.
I owe you one.
Yeah, no, I never run to the end. I'm a completionist by nature, so if I don't speedrun, I'm getting everything. So it never really did occur to me that you can just walk to the end and then you're done.
So what you're saying is you want to do the 100% category of this game.
I have considered it, but ooh, I spawned right on the
Oh,
second.
nice.
But yeah, I think the bones is what puts me off that category. Everything else I'd be fine collecting, but the bones can be so rough. Especially since a lot of them are buried as well, so you need to like really memorize the locations. But
puppy in
very
there.
fun game. I do recommend picking it up if you want to play it casually. Alright, so we have a couple puppies so far. We've done 2 of the exhibits. We're gonna skip the next one because you might be thinking as I'm going in here, hey, you're not getting the ticket. Oh, that's fine. We don't need to worry about shooting the ducks because this puppy is just right behind. I don't know why they just put this behind here. I guess to keep you searching for a bit, but
Oh, man.
we know.
It really
We're
is
gonna
hard
go
to
get
see
it.
that it's there.
I don't think I realized for the
No.
longest time. It must have taken me so long as a kid to figure out that you can go behind here. Because as you approach it, you don't see it. Like, you really don't see it. And there's another tricky place in here as well. You'll see in just a bit why it's so tricky, but inside this tent, there's a wagon, because, you know, of course there is. And of course, there's a puppy in this wagon as well. Actually, there's 2 puppies in this wagon, and you might be wondering, hey, where's puppy number 2?
Thank you so much.
It'll make sense in a bit. But now we're gonna leave. But hang on, we're not leaving, we're going back in. But this is not the right place to be. We're going back out. And then we're going back in. And the reason for that is every time you enter, it'll be a different room. So we need to get to the right rooms to get the puppy. Alright, there we go, got the pattern. So yeah, we just need to go in and out a couple times to get the room that we need, and then we can keep going.
Excelsior. I'm free.
I think that's 5 puppies for this level? Yes. Excellent.
1 more puppy.
1 more puppy indeed. And that last puppy is over by the roller coaster, which unfortunately we will not ride, we just need to make our way up to it. And there she will be waiting for us, and then we can leave.
You can ride the roller coaster. If you're doing 100%, you would ride the roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm guessing it has bones on it. I actually haven't done the roller coaster, I think, at all since I was a kid.
I think if you get all the... There's donuts on it, and
right.
baby bones too. And if you get all the donuts, then you get a sticker, which is like the collectible for each level, on top of the
yeah.
things that you can get in the level.
Kind of forgot that stickers exist, I'll be honest, even though it does pop up all the time to remind me that I get stickers.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We just
here's
ignore the
Lumber
stickers
Mill.
usually.
Exactly. This level has quite a few tricky jumps, but I'm probably not going to do most of them because they're really rough. But we are going to get this puppy, and I'll show you real quick where one of the rougher jumps is. I think this jump right here is one of the hardest in the game, because you can jump off one of those long lugs over to there. But, as I said, really, really, really difficult. I'm not going to go for it, because I'd rather not be stuck here for the next 10 minutes trying to get that jump. So, instead, we're just going to do this. So much faster, and so much more reliable. And now we're running into a few places where you actually need to take out a few enemies to get to the puppy that we need. Because if you don't take out those 2 bulldozers, this puppy's not going to come down and you can get it. So, we are going to save all the puppies, so we need to do that. I also have a really tricky jump coming up here, so I'm just going to try and focus on getting this.
Tali's gonna try to jump to that platform on the right there instead of doing it with the extra platform you're supposed to use.
Yeah. It's not a huge time save, but I don't know, swag strats. Gotta go for it. And this one is a bit terrifying as well if I have low health, because those bulldozers can come really close before I go for that puppy, and if I'm really low in health, I will likely take damage, and this can get really scary. There's a couple tanks here as well, and they can also really easily do damage if I'm unlucky, so it's better to stay safe. Alright. Here's another extra life that we're gonna grab. I'm passing there anyway, so I'm just gonna take it. So again, we are gonna death warp in just a little bit, so it's really handy to have all the extra life we can possibly get. What's going on with the toy box?
Where did
Anyways,
they get
have
the
you ever seen a
idea for
puppy?
a lumber mill? That's the real question.
That is a good question, because I don't think there is one in the movie. Anyways, puppies operate heavy machinery, right? It's perfectly normal. I think it's perfectly normal. It's a case of a very slippery surface there. I don't know why the logs are so slippery, but there's a couple of them that we run into. There was a cogs in Big Ben, some of the logs in this, and then there's, in the castle of log. Later on, we have a couple of slippery surfaces that are gonna try and make us sad as well. But hey, We moved the log with the crane, as puppies do, and now we can leave the level. Alright, trying to think what's coming up next. It's a boss fight, alright, cool. Do you want to explain this boss fight while I try and go for the good cycles?
Sure, good luck. So now we're flinging watermelons at Corella, and she's still throwing tomatoes at us. She goes faster every time you hit her, so what you see here is actually if you hit the watermelons too fast, they just explode. The problem with this is that the watermelons don't always go the direction you want them to, because you can see they're all kind of tilted in different directions, and sometimes they don't quite go where you think they're gonna go. And then you get some extra complication because Corella's moving as you're trying to hit her. And that is the unskippable cutscene that makes it faster to run the game with Oddball, because that is 2 seconds faster when Oddball says it than when Domino says it. And there we go.
That was not great. I missed way too many at the start, but hey, the end wasn't too bad, so I guess I made up for it.
Yeah, that was a fast end.
Right, now we're at Countryside. This is also very different from what it would look like in all levels. We have to do some enemy kills again. Oh, that plane every time. I hate this plane. Come on.
I hated those planes as a kid, and I still hate them.
Yeah, they haven't helped. But yeah, we need to take out a plane and then move on. The second one I can usually get. It's the first one that gets me. Thankfully, we don't need to worry about the third one because the puppy's right there, so we can just go grab the puppy and keep going. Alright, while we're going through this collectathon, I think that might be a good time for more donations if you have any, Kung Fu.
I sure do. You asked for dog puns, so this is your fault.
Yay.
No, just a little one. We have a $25 donation from Metal Medby, who says, dog puns from chat plus donations? I think that's possible.
Love it.
But then we also have a $5 donation from Snubby, who says, this was my all-time favorite game to play as a kid, so I had to donate during this run. I could never beat the barnyard level as a kid, so I'd end up having my dad play it for me. Can't wait to watch it get destroyed in a speed run.
Barnyard's coming up soon.
Perfect timing, because that's coming up next, yeah.
Oh, perfect. Perfect time to read that. We also have a $10 donation from the Chameleon, who said, had to donate during Cat Quest. This is it's a little after, but we're still in Animal Block. To say Happy Black Cat Appreciation Day. I think that's pretty cool.
Aw.
We have all, I think Dalmatians are, there's a connection there.
They're still animals, at least, close enough.
Yeah, and they have black spots.
There are cats one cat at least in the game. I don't think we have multiples, but we have one cat in the game. You'll see him a bit later on.
There you go. All animals are great.
Big cats.
Yeah.
So this is Stonehenge.
Yeah, we have a really good...
because why not? You can actually knock it over in 100%. We do knock it over. I don't know why.
I actually didn't know that. That's funny. Yeah,
just,
speaking of
fun things
Barnyard,
to do.
there's Barnyard. So, the story of Barnyard is that we have Priscilla, this poor little pig you see right here. She's wearing a birthday hat, and that is because today is her birthday. But unfortunately, the farmer that runs this place is a bit on the lazy side, I guess we can say. Because he's not doing any chores. So the first thing that we need to do is to give her some water, because he hasn't even given her water to drink. But we're also grabbing puppies while we do all this, so, So I have to wait a little bit, but there we go. Let's turn on her water. And she has to do some chores in general as well. We're gonna help her out because, again, it is her birthday. It's not really fair for her to need to do those chores all by herself on a special day like this, so we just need to run back to her every time for her to tell us the next chore. Right now, it is that the windmill is stuck. There's this plank that you can see right up there. So we're gonna get that unstuck. You can do that either by rolling or barking on it. I usually like to roll. Some runners would like to bark. It's completely up to preference. The great thing is that the hitbox is very generous, so you can roll down right next to it and still be fine. So, right back to Priscilla. We're gonna get another chore. And right now, we're gonna start death working. So I'm just gonna let you hit me 3 times. Perfect. And then we're gonna go over to deal with these chickens. And now these chickens are probably the bane of the existence of if not all the runners, at least most of us have some bad stories to tell about these chickens. So I'm gonna just hope that they cooperate with me. That was good.
That was very good.
Alright, let's see if the last one will cooperate as well. Yeah, this can be scary because if the last two fly in at the same time, that is very dicey actually. Please don't kill me. Okay, cool.
Oh, you flipped it good.
You're a super puppy.
Yeah, now is when we're gonna take the death, because that's gonna put us back to Priscilla, which is way faster than walking back there. But yeah, the chickens are really scary because they can soft lock in a few ways, so I'm just glad we didn't get any of them.
Yes, it's possible to go too fast and soft lock
See
it.
you later.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and now we're gonna head up this place. I'm gonna take another damage here because once again we are setting up for another death bar once we get up here, because right now there's a couple of tools in a silo, because where else do you store your tools? So we need to
And
empty
your
the silo to get at the tools. And a puppy, yes! Quick little out of bounds, there you go. To quickly get over where we need to be. Yeah, I do wonder who stuffed this poor puppy in the bottom of the silo. But it's okay, we're saving
We're
them.
rescuing the puppy.
I actually feel bad for this puppy on all levels because you do put all the like corn out or whatever it is in this.
And then
But you just leave the puppy and then just walk out. But it's okay. In this category we do save the puppy. And here we're gonna take another death. Again, much faster than running back all the way to Priscilla, because we just spawn here and can roll straight in. So now we're at the last chore. We don't need to do any more death warps. We can, but we don't need to. I'm just gonna go for not because it's safer. Right now we need to tear down an outhouse. And to do that we need to once again operate heavy machinery, so that's why I have to go grab that key. Because we are gonna be driving a tractor. Because that's what puppies do, right?
all the time.
All the time.
Light for me.
So we gotta grab our little puppy friend there, and then I'm gonna try another out of bounds to get back up to where the tractor is, instead of having to pass through the loading screen.
Oh,
There we
nice.
go. First try,
There we
nice.
go. Just go through the wall,
So-
you know.
Yeah, as
It
you do.
happens.
I'm gonna show off this cutscene because this is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. I don't know why, but it just tickles me, so... Of course, that's how you drive a tractor and just listen to this wonderful dialogue.
Strange dog outside, and it's riding my tractor across the yard.
You better not be drinking this early, or so help me, I'm moving back to my mother's house, and you don't want to see that.
Never mind.
It just tickles me every time. I'll skip the last part. We don't need to see us tearing down the outhouse. It's fine.
Rescue me.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit of an adult topic maybe for a kid's game, but then again, I don't remember like thinking anything
I don't
of it
remember
as a kid,
noticing
so-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably didn't
Like-
understand it, so I guess it's a reference meant for the adults. I don't know.
All the adults that play this game, they knew that we'd be speedrunning it in the future. That's what it was.
Exactly. So yeah, there you go, there's Barnyard. So for the person who donated, wasn't quite sure how to make it through Barnyard, now you know.
Oh no!
Now
Wait!
we're at,
It's in there because you might have to have your parents complete the level for you. I'm sure the dad really appreciated
oh, yeah,
that
that
cutscene.
makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you for explaining that. I didn't make that connection at all. Yeah, because this is a 90s game, we gotta have the token 90s ice level, right? We gotta have some ice fixes going on. That's just how it works. So.
We just went from Barnyard in the middle of summer to the Ice Festival.
Yeah, we're going right into luscious green after this as well, so it really does not make any sense. It really just is, hey, we need a token ice level. What do we got?
This is the
let's
level
put
that's
an
in the
ice
demo,
festival.
actually.
It is, yeah.
This is the demo that they distributed to get people to play this game. Ice
To be
Festival.
fair, it is a fun level, but I don't feel like it's really representative of the game. But hey, we're gonna do a bit of a slow cruise, get to this puppy, and hopefully not miss.
Nice job.
And now you're about to see in just a bit our, I guess, slalom skills? Spoiler alert, Oddball's not very good. It's fine.
She's
We're
very
gonna
good at
try
driving
our
tractors, not so good at skiing and slalom.
Exactly. So this is something you have to do, so... We need to get to the bottom of this hill. And we're missing every single one. But that's okay, because we don't need to complete it. We really just need to get to the bottom. And hey, we got one of them. We have a pretty well-hidden puppy right over here inside this igloo. Spark makes it fall, and then you can get the puppy. And now we're gonna run into a henchman. I think this is the closest call we have with one of them, actually. They have a cutscene there where you can see him. We're just gonna go around this, so we don't actually trigger him because it's slow. And then there's a side path right here that I kind of forget about all the time when I'm not doing this category, because you really don't have much of a reason to go in here, so I kind of forget it even exists, but you gotta go here. There's a puppy here.
I only discovered this recently, and I feel like I should have known it sooner. You can actually get back to the start of the level by going down that path. There's a wall that's solid when you pass through the first time, and it disappears when you go back in. And I had no idea you could just shortcut back to the beginning of the level.
Me neither. That is really cool. I like that.
Except if nobody knows
like
about it. It's really very useful.
That is true. But yeah, like we said, token ice level, and now we're back into luscious green. It really does not make any sense, but hey, this castle is pretty neat, right?
I always liked the castle.
Me too. I keep saying this when I play this as well, that I like the music, but then I realize I like all the music. There's no level I go into where I'm like, I don't like this music. I like all of the music. So, but this one can be a bit tricky. We have to go a little bit back and forth for the first time to get all the puppies, so I guess this first time we start kind of backtracking. Right here is the slippery surface that I mentioned before. If you missed this one, you might have a really bad time. But hey, we got it, it's fine. So, first puppy is there. There's also going to be a puppy under us right now, inside the fireplace, but the fireplace is burning right now, so we can't go there quite yet, which is why we need to backtrack. But first we need to turn the fireplace off. We have some secret passages, like this one, where they hit a puppy. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to realize you can actually use those passages, because I did not realize that these were passages.
No, it's so hidden.
But it's fine, now we know. Alright. I had one practice run where I managed to soft lock on that bed, and every time since, I'm so afraid of doing it again. Even though it only had to happen once.
And I've never seen anybody do it at all, so you were just so unlucky that one time.
Yeah. I have the footage, in case people don't believe me, but I do have it. But yeah, that button we hit in the bedroom, that's the one to turn off the fireplace, so now we can go back and grab the puppy, and now we can continue the level as per normal. So, we're once again gonna operate heavy machinery, I guess, although it's not modern machinery this time. It's more of an ancient thing, I'd say. Right here, this is catapult. We're just gonna do this.
Is it better to have your puppy operating a tractor or a catapult?
I think I prefer neither, if I'm perfectly honest, but hey, here we are. This one's also a bit scary because if you roll too far, you can easily fall into that hole, which puts you back down again, so I usually try and play it a bit safe there just to avoid that. We're almost at the end. Alright. Trying to combat the wind.
Yeah, that
Did I
wind
get all the
was
puppies? I did,
problem.
okay. I don't know why I suddenly started doubting myself, but I did.
And if you saw during that little
Alright.
flash, they actually put a pun in the game. The pause menu says paused, P-A-W-S-E-D.
It does. It's great.
Of course it does.
Alright, so do you want to explain the minute that we have here?
Yes, so we're going to try to get Cruella to be in exactly the right place at the right time. You saw Tali stopped right there to make Cruella throw a water balloon. And then... So ideally she doesn't throw another water balloon, but that's okay. If you get the minute most of the way, then you still save a lot of time because you can see...
Still turn. Yeah, go on,
She'll
sorry.
come back. Yeah, there she is. So you can see she randomly runs across, and if you don't do a manipulation, she'll just keep, running back and forth. But you need her to be all the way on the left side because you can shoot her through this wall. And you're not supposed to be able to shoot her through that wall, but when she turns sideways, you can. And that's that. We just used the catapult to throw pumpkins at Cruella.
And that was the third boss fight, so we've defeated her with three times now. It's a bit of a pattern going on, isn't it?
Cruella really
we're
doesn't
getting
like
quite
fruit.
close. I guess not. But hey, we're getting close to where we need to be. We just have 4 levels left, and then another boss fight.
The greatest.
Right now we're in a spooky forest, which I guess is her backyard in a sense? I don't know. Because the next one is actually her backyard, the next level, so we're getting really close to where we need to be. But this kind of is a maze, not quite as mazy in the next level, but once you grab all puppies in this one, it gets really confusing. When I played this level casually, I did not even know you could go into the trees like I just did.
No,
there's
no
plenty
way
of
I
shortcuts to grab. I played this casually and I was so lost. So lost. I still sometimes kind of am lost. If I don't pay attention to my direction, I sometimes am like, wait, where am I again? And start roving aimlessly.
Definitely.
So.
When I learned all puppies, this was so confusing.
It really is.
For all levels, you can
There
kind of
is
just go to the end. But not for us now.
And even then, I was kind of confused, because again, I didn't know that trees could be used as shortcuts, but now that I know the shortcut through the trees for all levels, super easy. Before that, not so much. Oops. Kind of jumped right into that one.
You're a super
But hey, we made it through, we didn't get lost. The exit is right up here, so we're good. We made it through the spooky forest.
Want any
now we're going
donations real quick? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
You sure? All right. Okay, we have a $25 donation. This is from a Silent Harmony, who says, "How do dogs fight off Cruella?"
Hi, Manny.
Any idea?
Well, by fruit.
No, well, I mean, that's a good answer. It's a very good answer based on the run. But this one says they box her.
Glad to see you.
That is great.
We also have a $50 donation from me, Jessica, who says, "Tali, you've got to save the city."
Thank you, Jessica.
You're a super puppy.
You're a super
Alright,
puppy.
so this is a hedge maze. I'm gonna death abuse again, or death warp in this one, so I'm taking a little bit of intentional damage. That tank was one of them. And as you may have noticed when I got in, this level is called a hedge maze, and yes, it actually is a maze. If you're doing this on all levels, it's not as bad. You just go one path and then you're through, but
I'll see you
trying to
later.
collect everything actually becomes a maze. And that's why we use the death warp as well, to just help us make it a little bit easier on ourselves. So, we're gonna make it through, and again I'm taking damage right here. And there's going to be one more point of damage that I will take in a little bit, but for now, I'm just going to make my way through some buttons that we need to activate to open the next path, and I'm also going to grab a checkpoint. I think this is the only one and only checkpoint we need in this game. There's a few we'll grab on accident because they're, convenient, but we never need one until right now. And that is right here. So we're gonna hit this button, and now we need to backtrack. And that's why this checkpoint is so convenient, because then we backtrack, and instead of then making our way to where we are now, we can just use checkpoints. So that is what you're about to see. Because yeah, we opened another path, we need to head all the way back to get to it. A lot of backtracking all of a sudden, which has not really been a thing until now. I also need to be really careful here because that is checkpoints, and I do not want to activate him because I already have a checkpoint that I need. Another point of damage right there. And towards the end of this is going to be another puppy. And I'm gonna hope that the tank plays nice with me because I'm actually at perfect health, but he can ruin my day if he really wants to. Alright, we're good.
Greatest.
And then I'm gonna let him hit me. And now we're back to the checkpoints. Thankfully, that's the last death warp we actually do need to take, but there is a scary level coming up after this as well, so I'm hoping that we'll be fine when it comes to lives. Because that is my last one. I do not have any more lives, so if I die again, that is game over. Just putting that out there. The stakes are high.
I knew you'd rescue me.
You got this.
Alright, so let's hope so. Now we have, I think this is the only RNG part of the game coming up, because we have a puzzle. Not exactly something we had a lot of them. Where they spawn and how many times you need to turn them to complete the image, that is entirely random. This is not terrible RNG. Oh, actually, I thought you were the other way around.
It hasn't been
It's
bad
not
so
the
far.
worst.
Yeah, not the worst.
But it's not the best. But hey, we'll take it. Last puppy is right there.
Give Cruella a bite.
Now, we are getting very close. There's 2 more levels after this, because now, this hedge maze was Cruella's backyard, apparently. Because now, in the next one, we're at DeVille Manor. And now, we get to see the cat! So, for those of you who wanted more cat puns, there he is. It's a cat right there.
That is
So we're gonna see him
Sergeant
one more
Tibbs.
That's the name. I always forget the names of the side characters.
Especially because we don't watch the cutscenes, so we don't actually get their names most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we see him again. He's sitting right up here as well. I don't know how he beat us here, but he did. He's just that good. I wish I had his skills.
Yeah, that would make the game so much easier, actually, if you could just be there.
Wow,
Exactly.
it's really bright out here.
So this is one of the levels that when I was learning this category, I had a hard time remembering all the puppies because it's not a maze, but some of the puppies are really well hidden. You can see how self-centered Cruella is. She has her own picture on several of the walls.
Sure feels good
She
to
has
be
this
out
little
there.
bust straight ahead of us of herself, and it's just... I mean, I guess that's par for the course, really.
And for some reason in this level, all the puppies are at the end. You get all the way to the end, and then you get all the puppies. So I'm always like, did I miss one at the beginning? No, they're just all at the end.
Exactly. Because there's suddenly like 3 in very quick succession right there. And then there's 2 in the last room. So we're gonna do a bounce on this bed. Once we get it in there, we can do... Oh, well, if I don't mess it up, at least. Okay, well, it wasn't perfect, but it was good enough to get as fast as possible over to that puppy. If we're not doing all puppies at all levels, we can use that slow boost and the jump instead to just get right on top of this thing and just go right to the end. But we need to stop for the puppies, so it's okay.
Oh man.
And there is a puppy on top of the boiler for some reason.
I feel kind of bad. It must be really warm. That's all I can think of with a poor puppy. But hey, we made it to the end. Now we're at the last level before the last boss fight. So this one can be a bit tricky. It has a few potentials for soft locking me, among other things, and I also sometimes die if I'm not too careful. So I think I'm just gonna let Passere handle the commentary while I try to focus on showing this level off as best as I can.
Yeah, so this is Toy Factory, and there's a lot of these machines that want to crush you for some reason. I'm not sure what their real purpose is, but it's very scary to play, especially as a kid. I was terrified of some of these things. And so we have to get through this without being crushed by the machines. Oh no.
Oh no.
There's a lot of health to grab at the beginning at least, so there's a lot of safety health you can grab. It's more towards the end that it gets a little riskier because there's not a lot of extra health around. But into this next room, you're going to see a new kind of machine that's trying to kill you. These crushers here. And then we see the actual
crushers are the ones
toys.
that can soft lock you. They're very scary.
And so this is where all the toys are made. All these toys that are trying to kill us in all the levels. And these are the last
Puppy
puppies
that's
in the
hiding
game.
behind here. Yes, they are. We're about to hit 96 total puppy save.
So actually, if there's any donations, now would be a good time for last donations for this game.
Sure thing. I just wanted to mention really quickly as well that we have a lot of awesome prizes that you can win all throughout this week by donating. So make sure that you check out the prizes. It's all along the tracker. You can go check those out. Just wanted to throw that in. But we also have a $10 donation from Crunch Prank, who says, "Wonderful women doing great things for a great cause. Thank you all involved. I'll leave you with a joke. What does a Dalmatian say after eating?"
What does the Dalmatian say after eating?
Thanks. That really hit the spot.
Oh, I love it.
That wasn't horrible. I'll give you that.
But Oddball doesn't have spots.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
what about Oddball?
So now we're in this weird magnet room with these floating things. I think they're magnets. I don't know. I'm not really sure what they were thinking when
You
they
can
made this.
manipulate them, so I guess magnets.
Alright, and this is the last room. This one's got a lot of tricky jumps and weird perspectives. You can see it actually pulled the camera out so that you have to look at that whole thing for some reason.
Sure feels good to be out of there.
And you have to use momentum a lot to make your jumps. Like, you have to jump at the right time to get the extra speed from the machinery. And to do this last part, what you're supposed to do is press all of these switches and move all of these gears into place. But Tali's going to do it without actually pressing all the switches, which skips some of the steps, but also makes for some very tricky jumps.
When I get my
I was a little bit worried about that one, but the worst one still comes to come. But that was the last puppy, so congrats, we saved all the
All
puppies.
the puppies are saved. They are safe. Now we just have to defeat Cruella one more time. Okay. So this is a jump you're not supposed to make, and then this is also a jump. Beautiful.
Okay, first try. I was really nervous about that one. Alright, so
Nothing
we're at
to
the
worry
final
about.
boss fight, so note to tech, you might want to lower the audio a little bit because we're about to have lasers, and lasers are loud. But apart from that, I'll try and focus on my cycle and let Passere explain what's going on. Time's
Yes.
also coming up, by the way.
So finally we get actual weapons. We get lasers, but we can't actually shoot Cruella with the lasers. We have to shoot her machinery and destroy it all. So Tali's going to try to hit all these boxes in one cycle, and she did. So now we move on to the next cycle, which is these robot heads, for some reason. And there is a little bit of RNG involved in when these heads pop up. You can see she got some bad RNG and no head popped up immediately. But there's 6 of them, and she's going to try to do it in 2 cycles, because you can't get them all in one cycle. And, you know, again, we still can't shoot Cruella. What we do is we destroy her machinery and drop her into the super gloop, which you'll see shortly.
Alright, so this is the last one. Once it's 3 out of 3. Oh, no, I started too early. What am I doing? Alright.
Yes, at
Well,
3 out of
3 out of 3 in
3,
the top left corner. It's
it
time.
will be time.
It's bad.
Oh,
Alright,
Time.
There we go. I kind of saved that. It wasn't ideal, but I kind of saved it. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue. Cruella gets a taste of her own medicine. That is the super gloop she wanted to lower the puppies into. Instead, she's in there. This is the ending we all wanted. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of this, my name is TaintedTali. I'm on Twitch and, well, everywhere else basically with the same name. I run this game. I also run a bit of horror games. Retro horror is kind of my thing, so if that's your thing, come follow me. And Passere, you want to shout yourself out as well?
yeah, I'm Passere. I run this game, and there's a lot of different categories for this game too. Like, if you like the out of bounds, we've got a category that has just all of the out of bounds tricks. It's really cool. And then there's also all levels inbounds, which that's what we might have had today. So there's really something for everything if you're interested in this game.
I can recommend. And the community is also super wholesome. We have some really great people who love to teach away new stuff. So you can find us on speedrun.com if you wanna come hang out. And I think that's it for me.
Don't worry.
Thank you
darling.
so much for having
All
this
our
game on
puppies
here.
are safe. And the
Yes,
police
thank
And
you.
saving the
sure that
puppies. Thank you
people
all for
won't
donating
bother
to
us
save
again
the
for a
puppies.
long, long time. Now let's go home.
All right, that was a fantastic run by TaintedTali. Thank you so much for that. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm having a great time with the animal block. We are off to a great start today. I know we are almost at, we're so close to 35,000. We are like 67 away. So we can definitely make it. We can definitely make that. That would be amazing. Definitely make sure to check out all these amazing runners involved in the marathon. Other things to check out that are very cool include the Malala Fund Assembly. So there are these things called assembly stories, and they are fantastic. It's a digital newsletter. Let's explain it this way. Assembly is a digital newsletter and publication from Malala Fund. Co-founded by student and Nobel laureate Malala, Malala Fund works to create a world where all girls can learn and lead. Malala began blogging about girls' education at age 11. Today, she helps other girls tell their stories with Malala Fund. So they created Assembly as a platform for girls and young women around the world to share their thoughts, challenges, and accomplishments, and for all of us to learn about this new generation of leaders. So you can learn more and subscribe if you go to assembly.malala.org. And seriously, if you've been listening to the interviews this week, or you've, in past Frame Fatale events, all of these things, there have been so many amazing assembly stories that I've been hearing about that you can read about. There was a really great one in the interview that you heard today about some of the champions that are in India and a lot of the struggles and triumphs that they have been going through. So lots of amazing information there that you can all go and check out. Again, that's assembly.malala.org. And this is where all of your donations are going toward is Malala Fund. Amazing cause, all about making sure to educate women and girls all around the world. It's just amazing. It's been amazing. Next up, we have an awesome run coming up. It is Croc, Legend of the Gabos. This is an any % run by Bucciism. But before that, we are going to have some prizes. So once that's ready, I will hand it on over. In the meantime, we'll get in a few donations. So we have a $25 donation. This is from Juno, who says, education is forever. So let's give those girls and women something nobody can take away from them. Thank you to all the runners, hosts, commentators, and tech support staff who are coming together to support Malala Fund. Well, thank you so much. I know everyone works so hard. It's really amazing. We also have a $25 donation from Rybello saying, thank you, runners, crew, and chat. Chat, there you go. For such an awesome event. Have a great day and stay hydrated. I'm going to take a moment and hydrate, actually. Good reminder. Everybody hydrate. We have an anonymous $100 donation with no comment. But even if, you're not always, some people, you can donate and you don't need recognition, or it's no message. Just want to support Malala Fund, right? That's amazing. And thank you so much for your contribution. We also have a $75 donation from Night Flyer with no comment, but thank you as well. Seriously, this is amazing. Okay, and like I mentioned earlier, we have some awesome prizes that you all can win with your donations. So to hear more about that, I am going to hand it on over to Frozen Flygon to tell you more with some lovely bows, I hear.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Flame Fatale's week-long speedrunning marathon powered by women. And speaking of, I have one of my really good friends here. What's going on?
Oh, hey, can I practice during your prize segment?
Yeah, absolutely. What are you running later?
So this is Gambare Daiku no Gensan. So it's a Hammer and Harry game on the Super Famicom. And do you want to hang out later?
I would love to. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to keep practicing.
Fantastic. Well, we let Angel practice. Let me talk about some awesome prizes that we have all day today. Remember, when you donate, if you reach the minimum donation threshold for what you're looking for, you're automatically entered to win these awesome prizes. You can go to the tracker and see pictures of all of them for today and the rest of the marathon. So, right here, I have a Screw Attack from the Metroid series. This was given to us by Wolf Shadow, and it can be yours for a minimum donation of $5 all day today. We also have a beautiful Monodo enamel pin from Xenoblade Chronicles. The detailing on this is absolutely gorgeous. I love the color. This was donated to us by E. Watson, and for a minimum donation of $10, you can have this absolutely gorgeous pin from the Xenoblade Chronicles series. And we have a beautiful painting with plenty of glitter, sparkles, just gorgeous detailing of the Highlight Guide from Super Highlight. And I absolutely love the wings on this, and it's just so pretty. And this was donated to us by Puzzle P. Thank you so much. And this is a minimum donation of $10 today for this prize.
Oh no! Oh, sorry.
No worries. We can talk about some more amazing prizes like these rupee perler magnets from Kinda Nerdy Housewife. We have a variety of colors to represent all the currency from the Legend of Zelda series. We got our 1 rupee, our 5 rupee, 20, 50. I don't know what this silver one is all about, but it's really pretty. I have no idea how much it's worth. I'm sure chat will tell me. And we have 100 rupees for yellow. And the set of all 6 of these donated to us by Kinda Nerdy Housewife. Thank you so much. Is a minimum donation of $15 throughout the day today to be entered for these magnets. And what I love about these, you can put them on your fridge. You could give these to your friends. You got 6 of them. And I just love all the vibrant colors as well. And we have this gorgeous Kazooie scarf. This is like taller than my entire body. Let me show you. So we've got this awesome stitching, and there's even a little clamp. Good luck, Angel.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice.
And it functions not only as a mouthpiece for Kazooie, but as a little scarf clip.
That's so cute.
It's adorable. And this is for a minimum donation of $25. Thank you so much to AnnieJust3 for donating this adorable scarf. And also for a minimum donation of $25, we got something really special.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What do we have?
From our wonderful prize Overlord sent, we have a Nintendo Switch. And that's not all.
What?
We have
not all?
Yeah, it comes with 3 games.
3 games?
Yes. You mind holding some of these for me?
Oh, sure.
So we've got Zelda Breath of the Wild, of course, an amazing game for the Switch. We've got Super Mario 3D World, which is totally on brand for our animal block we've been having.
Theme.
All the cats. And we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So you have plenty of games to play. A Nintendo Switch all your own for a minimum donation of $25. Thank you so much, Cent, for that.
That's a deal.
It is absolutely a deal.
That's a deal.
And and of course, every single donation that you put in puts you towards our cumulative grand prize of $100 throughout the week, gets you entered into a PlayStation 5.
You can't get those anywhere.
You can get it right here.
You can get it right here.
If you donate.
Do it.
So thank you so much, everyone, for being here, watching, donating, supporting this amazing cause. And stay tuned for some amazing speedruns like Angel Speedrun coming up later in the event.
Yeah. We'll see you soon.
All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed hearing about those awesome prizes. They're so cool, so much fun. Love all of the Switch stuff. Love Xenoblade. I'll be commentating on that later as well. So many good things that you all can get if you donate to Malala Fund. So keep that in mind. All right, we're going to be taking a quick stretch break. It's good to get up, walk around, just like that little hydrate. Take care of yourselves, and we'll be right back.
5 on the 5. 5 on the 5. 5 to the 10. 5 to the 10. 5 to the 50. 5 to the 50. 5 for the 20. 5 for the 20. 5 for the 25.
मैं चाहती हूँ कि मेरी जो दलित वर्ग के लोग हैं, वंचित वर्ग के लोग हैं, मुसहर हैं, मुस्लिम हैं, इन सभी समुदाय के बच्चियाँ और बच्चे दोनों ही पढ़ लिख कर के बहुत आगे जाएं। जिससे गरीबी और सामाजिक रूप से जो बदलाव आना चाहिए वो आ सके।
India is one of the biggest democracies in the world. The challenges that girls are facing vary depending on which part of India you talk about. But in some places, you can get discriminated. You may not be able to get access to education. You may not be allowed to get into a school. Girls may not find a school nearby in her village, or she may not feel safe because there's the issue of sexual harassment or abuse when she goes from her home to school. This is something that needs our attention, and that Malala Fund is right now working on.
मेरा नाम रीता है। मैं सामुदायिक कल्याण एवं विकास संस्थान की सचिव के पद पे काम करती हूँ। मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का गोल है कि मैं दलित और वंचित वर्ग के बच्चों, विशेषकर महिलाओं और बच्चियों के लिए उनकी शिक्षा और उनकी आजीविका के लिए काम करती हूँ। हमारे जो ग्रामीण क्षेत्र हैं इसमें शिक्षा की स्थिति बहुत बुरी है। 8वीं के बाद बच्चियां जो हैं खास करके वो ड्रॉप आउट हो जाती हैं, क्योंकि उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होता, कि उनके पेरेंट्स के पास इतना पैसा नहीं होता कि वो पढ़ा सकें किसी को। तो वो ज़्यादातर लड़कियों को वो घर के काम, खेतों के काम ज़्यादातर ये बच्चियां संभालती हैं। तो हम लोग जब मलाला फंड के साथ हम लोग काम करना शुरू किए तो सबसे पहले हम लोग यही देखे कि सबसे ज़्यादा ड्रॉप आउट बच्चियाँ किस गाँव में हैं। जिस जगह पे ड्रॉप आउट बच्चियों की संख्या ज़्यादा होती है हम पहले वहाँ पर सेंटर शुरू करते हैं, और 6 महीने के बाद देखते हैं कि जब ये बच्चियाँ कुछ पढ़ लिख गई और उनको हम इनरोल करा दिए, और इनरोल कराने के बाद भी हम देखते हैं कि वो ठहराव हो रहा है स्कूल में कि नहीं हो रहा है, तब फिर हम दूसरे गाँव में सेंटर को चेंज करते हैं। अभी तक हमने रिजल्ट देखे हैं कि 571 की संख्या हम अचीव कर चुके हैं, इनको इनरोल करा चुके हैं और स्कूल में इनका ठहराव हो चुका है। इस साल का जो हमारा टारगेट है वो भी इतना ही का है, और फिर अगले साल हम देखेंगे जो बच्चियां बचेंगी उनका फिर हम इनरोल कराएंगे।
ये लोग सोचते हैं कि लड़कियां पढ़कर क्या करेंगी, कुछ करेंगी तो है नहीं, सिर्फ पढ़ाने से उनका पैसा खर्च होगा। और लड़कों को पढ़ाएंगे तो लड़के कुछ कर सकते हैं, उनको कमा कर खिलाएंगे, और लड़कियां क्या करेंगी, कुछ नहीं।
मलाला फंड के आने से जो हमारी लड़कियों पे और हमारी संस्था पे दोनों पे बहुत ज़्यादा प्रभाव पड़ा है। और लड़कियां जो स्कूल नहीं जाती थी, जिनको बिल्कुल लग रहा था कि नहीं एजुकेशन कुछ नहीं है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा अवेयर हुई हैं और अब स्कूल जाने के लिए बहुत तत्पर हुई हैं।
आर्थिक तंगी से मेरी पढ़ाई रुक गई थी। मलाला फंड के लोग आए, मेरे माता पिता से जागरूक करवाए और मेरे एडमिशन करवाए, तब से मेरी पढ़ाई चालू होने लगी।
फ्यूचर में इन बच्चियों को बहुत आगे बढ़ाना है, एजुकेशन के मामले में, लाइवलीहुड के मामले में इन्हें बहुत आगे ले जाना है। यही मेरा सपना है, यही मेरा प्लान भी है।
All right, we are back. Always great to learn more about Malala Fund and get some more wonderful information about that. There's so much going on and so many amazing things that all of your donations are going toward to help out with. So next up, we have Croc Legend of the Gobos, which with Beautyism, which is going to be a fantastic run. Kind of wrapping up our little animal block this afternoon. It's been so much fun so far. So we are going to get one donation and then let's get into it. So we have a $25 donation. This is from Tara It Up, which is great. They say, long-time donator, first-time watcher. Here's a bit of love to a great cause. Less than 3. And it is time to get this run started. So I am going to hand things off to Beauty. Take it away.